Luke 12:34. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. This is important because we all have personal belongings and items. We all have careers, even though that's not a physical treasure. It's more of an intangible treasure, right? Some of us put our whole stock, or we put our entire identity in a promotion or a career, right? So if you're a boxer, for example, let's say you're fighting, right? And I see this with boxers nowadays. I'm like, man, God forbid if that fighter loses, I'm worried for his mental state, right? Because their entire identity is wrapped up in the sport of boxing, that if they take a loss, a lot of these dudes can't, imagine life after boxing. They can't imagine life with an L on the record, right? So it's the same thing in the spiritual sense, right? Like some of us are so attached to our items and our treasures that if you were to remove these items, you will see people's true colors, right? A lot of these things that we hold near and dear are actually enslaving us, right? I'm not against people having money or people having items and things in a nice home. I'm not against that at all. So long as those things don't have you. You have to put things in their proper places. For a lot of people, their wealth, their jewelry, for women, their bags or whatever it may be, that's their entire identity. So if you remove those things, if you tell that woman she can't get her nails done for a year, you'll see a side of her that you never saw, right? Because some things are an idol, right? If you told a dude he can't go to the barber for a year, you'll see another side of him. So my point is, don't put your identity and treasures or things on this earth where ultimately it's like a vapor. It's here for a little while and then vanishes. Focus on storing up your treasures in heaven. That's where it matters most. Imagine dying as a Christian and you take your last breath and you're with the Lord and you see the beauty of God and the beauty of heaven. And you look back at your life on earth and you'd be like, man, why was I stressing? Why was I hogging up all these treasures and making this my identity when Christ should have been my identity the whole time, right? So even though we're not in heaven right now, try to have a heavenly mindset. Try to have an eternal perspective. Things don't always go as planned in life. So make sure that whenever you're feeling down or discouraged, remind yourself who you are. You are a child of God. Don't put your identity in your treasures because things will let you down. There's plenty of people who are rich and they got all the cars they've ever wanted, right? I'm a car guy. I love cars, right? There's certain cars that I want that I know that when I get them, Lord willing, if I ever do get them, I would be happy to drive it and enjoy it. But it gets to a point where you're like, okay, what's the next car? And it's like a never-ending cycle. You're always looking for something else to satisfy you. In Christ, he will satisfy you eternally. He's offering living water that offers you not just temporary hydration, but eternal hydration. Seek Christ.